Bitcoin price update for Thursday, July 25th, 2024. We're going to start off on the low time frame, the 4-hour chart. We got our Gaussian channel on, our moving averages, and support resistance zones. So we're going to look at all time frames. We're even going to do a fib extension at the end for the weekly chart and see what our next target would be to the high side for Bitcoin and look at potential even top prices. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. Follow us on Telegram and Twitter for more content. Let's get right to it. So currently, we've broken into the Gaussian channel in the lower half where we start to turn a little bit more cautious and bearish. You can see these red candles, right? They turn fluorescent green when they're above the channel because that's more bullish by definition. And even on the 4-hour chart, we are now starting to get a little bit cautious here. We need to hold the 63K level as support, or we are not necessarily in trouble, but we open up the door to prolonged consolidation for weeks, perhaps even a month or two ahead of current day. Where would we drop to if we lose the 63K level? This will become more apparent as we zoom out to the daily and even 3-day charts. But 63K, our swing low here. We have our 200 EMA on the 4-hour chart right there below the Gaussian channel as well. So again, we close under the 63K level. Even on the 4-hour chart could spell trouble for even the higher time frames. If we lose this level, this yellow zone here, 63K, we're likely going to our next zone, which is, again, more apparent on the higher time frames, 60,000 to maybe even 59,000, back in that area. Okay, so let's zoom out and see if this makes a little bit more sense. Okay, so now, why do we have these zones? Our previous high close. Also, this zone tops out at right where the median Gaussian channel is, right where we flipped to resistance before breaking through big time. We went right to the top of the channel, short-lived, only one close up there, come right back into it. Now we need to flip this back to support. Previous resistance, we now hope as new support, and look at how many moving averages we have right there. The 21-day EMA, the median Gaussian channel, you have the 50-day EMA, the 34-day EMA, the 100-day EMA, all right at 63K. 63K will be the pivot point for the bulls to remain in charge, as that we are in an uptrend, at least for the past several weeks. Or are we going to go back to consolidation and range between, 65 to 60K for the next several weeks to maybe even a month or so? A month or so out, end of August takes us, let's right out to the end of these zones. We could easily stay kind of range bound in that area. And that would be kind of the odds on if we break back under the median Gaussian channel line. By definition, like, you start to turn a little bit more bearish and look at more consolidation. We also have our lower zone here in the orange, which are our previous swing lows here, swing high resistance, and also it's underneath the Gaussian channel and the 200-day EMA right there, all kind of converging, right? You see this 200-day kind of rising. You see the lower Gaussian channel kind of converging right there. We could easily come back in this area if we lose, again, 63K. That's what we're looking for and watching and paying attention for the next even several hours and days, right? Even the 4-hour chart could be pivotal, right? All right, so let's go out to the 3-day. We don't really need the Gaussian channel anymore. You can see it there. It starts to get, less meaningful because on the higher time frames, the Gaussian channel is well below us. We're still doing great. The 3-day channel, the 3-day chart, still looking good. We are, multiple green days in a row. We're just doing a throwback and retest of, look at this same zone that we have on the 4-hour and the daily. Still important, even on the 3-day. We're simply retesting the 21 EMA, and all those moving averages are still right there, even on the 3-day. Again, 63K. 4-hour chart, daily chart, 3-day chart, 63K. If we close under there, even on the 4-hour, trouble starts to open the door for said bears. Okay, but until then, great move, right? What we would like to see is this move low, just, retest, throw back, and then continue on. Maybe we go range highs again. We'll see how we do there, but we can continue to stair step like this and be really good, be at all-time highs sooner than later, right? But we need to pay attention, right? These are pivotal points. When you're at a critical pivot level, you gotta watch out and see what's going on. 63K is that level. We want to hold this. This 3-day candle closes today. As we hopefully hold, we want to see follow through back to the upside and take out this high close to give us more of an argument for the bulls and to maintain our bullish momentum that we've been forming for the past several weeks here in this uptrend. Okay, now let's go to the weekly, the big chart. You can see these zones a little bit less significant on the higher time frames. What you want to be watching for on the weekly chart is support of the 21-week EMA. If we get back to there, that's at 62K and rising. But bulls like to maintain momentum in the strongest fashion above the weekly EMA 8. That's the red line. Anytime you can hold that in an uptrend, right? Hold an uptrend, and you can maintain your super strength. You start to close below that, and then you start to get consolidation at the best and bearish at the worst, right? So that's what we're doing. Retesting the EMA 8 this week. That high close. Let's look at it. As of Sunday, right, we want to close above 64K. That's the exact number. It's like right on it. You can see the top left there, 64,020. Close above 64, and we're good. Close below 64, we start to again open that door. All right, now let's look at the fib extension to see where we could possibly go once we're back at new all-time highs. What kind of target will we be looking at? Well, the Fibonacci is a good place to start. Do our swing high to swing low, assuming that the low is in. We're looking at, let's get these exact. If you hold down Control on your keyboard, it'll snap right to those wicks so you don't have to guess. And you want to be precise in your fib extensions, right? So look at the next target. The 1618 is right at 90K. Like right on it. So if we move up again and break out, maybe we find some hesitation around the 90K mark. If we break above, once we do break above 100K, if we do that, next spot, just shy of 125K at the 2618. Pretty impressive. Maybe we can get there in the next, 6 to 12 months. 3618, now we're starting to get a stretch. And you have our 423, 170K, and just shy of 210K. Those top two numbers I don't envision us getting to this cycle, but somewhere north of 100, more easily doable. Looking at our pivot low from 53K, the 1618 would take us up 65%. The 2618, 127. 3618, still over 3x away. So what do you think? Where do we get to? 90K? Are we going to top out 125? 170, 175, or over 200? Let me know in the comments what you think. What do you want to see next? More of? What you thought of this video or not? And let's get to our quote and card of the day. Got some good ones. Quote of the day: progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. Great one. Car of the day: Lamborghini Countach, the new one for the past couple of years. Very impressive design. Love the headlights. Very reminiscent of the original. Taillights pretty great. And what color would you pick? Would you get white? If someone's going to hand you the keys to one, what would my pick be? Glad you asked. The most annoying color possible. You want to have it in chartreuse hyper yellow because, if the cops are going to pull me over, they're going to know me. Let the cops know you're coming. All right. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching this long. If you have 47 gold stars to you and you alone, the first person that got this far, let me know in the comments.